Okay, so Carrie or Kareen, would you like to start off the session today with a couple of introductory, remarks?
Go ahead, Corinne.
I'm Corinne Bergiotti. I'm the publisher of the Observer and the Baker City Herald and the sales director for the East Side newspapers. And I have D.V. Matheson with me. D.V.?
Hi, I'm D.V. Matheson. I am the classified sales rep and inside sales.
Okay, let's do this instead of going through everybody. On behalf of the Pulse team, I appreciate very much the opportunity to get together. And I think you'll all agree, this is an extremely challenging, unprecedented period we're in today. I've been in this business almost 50 years, and I would have never, ever, ever in my lifetime guessed that we would have been impacted, like we are right now today, your EO publications, along with the businesses in your community. And our mission at Pulse is to do everything we can to assist and support you, along with your local businesses. And so what we're going to cover this morning is some information that Pulse gathered to help you help your local businesses. So, oops, my screen here, there we go. And so I think you will agree with me that every business in each one of your communities, from Astoria, LeGrand, Baker, Pendleton, et cetera, has been facing significant uncertainty. Not just over the last couple of months since the Oregon, stay-at-home order was implemented, but even today. I mean, there's uncertainty right now today in Oregon. Are we open? Are we not open? What's going to be happening next week, et cetera. Because of that uncertainty, Pulse put together a shopping survey. It was really Carolyn Bess up in Washington who really was part of the catalyst for giving us the idea. And here's what she said to us. She said a current shopping survey would really help our local businesses, in her words, freaking out right now. And I'm sure you would agree with that. It would also help us be viewed as that trusted advisor who is there to help them navigate through these unprecedented times. I mean, she really said it just beautifully. She nailed it. That the businesses need information because of the uncertainty, but it gives you, each one of you individually, the opportunity to be that hero with your local businesses because they're facing unprecedented times. Heck, before pre-COVID, one of your businesses had a pretty good idea what would be happening in June. Why? Because they knew what happened last June. But I would submit to you that no business today has a good idea with any type of certainty what's going to be happening in June of 2020. Agree with that?
Yeah.
And so that's why we did the survey. We asked the questions the businesses would ask. We asked about their shopping plans, newspaper readers and website visitors in Oregon. And you guys ran house ads and link on your websites. You invited your audiences in Astoria, LeGrand, Baker, Pendleton, Bend, to take the Pulse COVID shopping survey. And what was unique about it is we asked, what do you plan to buy over the next 3 months? To be able to give your businesses some real clarity, some insight into the near term. And we got over 1,380 completed sample of Oregon newspaper readers who are outside of the Portland area, because the Oregonian also participated in the survey. So to make it more relative to your communities, we did a subset of Oregon newspaper readers, website respondents who live outside of Portland. So they live in Bend, Astoria, Pendleton, Seaside, et cetera. Okay? And we asked the shopping plans for over 200 business categories. We asked about healthcare related businesses, home related businesses, automotive, real estate, financial, etc. Because this is the information that your local businesses now need more than ever because of the uncertainty and the challenges that they face. Now is a very unique time for each of you to really help and assist your local businesses. So quick summary on the research. Each of your papers asked your audiences to participate in this survey, along with other papers in Oregon. And what we have for you right now is current, fresh information about your audience's shopping plans over the next 3 months for literally every single business category you can think of. And the great news is we put this information into your Pulse programs, and we'll go over it in just a second live, so you can now access that information at home, any device, anywhere, anytime, and be able to create a presentation to engage with that business, to share with them the opportunity that you can deliver your audience for their business over the next 90 days. And once again, why is that so positive? Why is that so beneficial? Because the bottom line is they don't know what's going to be happening over the next 90 days, much less the next week. And so this, once again, is a very unique opportunity for each one of you to assist and support your local businesses. So let me pause right here. Are there any questions on the survey itself, the information in the survey, before we go into, how to use it, et cetera? So I'd be happy to answer any questions. Okay, cool. So let's move on. So let's go to your program, because what Pulse did is we imported the information into your Pulse sales tools. And so you have available to you, what I've got live this morning is Coast newspapers. So that's Astoria, Seaside, et cetera. There's also Pendleton, Hermiston, and then there's individual sites for Baker and LeGrand. Each one of you should have your unique username and login. And if you don't have it, please send an email to support, SUPPORT, @pulseresearch.com, and we'll get it to you right away. So now let's take a quick tour of what you have available right now, live and ready to go with this Oregon non-metro audience shopping information, okay? That once again, your readers are part of. So on your home page, just a quick summary here for you, is your Pulse sales tools, giving you the ability to find prospects, to quickly put together an engagement with your businesses. In other words, show them the opportunity for their business based on your audience, how to overcome objections. We got a great little closing tool for you. And then we also have a Pulse sales training and certification program. Let me open that up right now. And we would highly recommend that each one of you over the next couple of weeks do the Pulse training and certification program. Let me just click here on the intro, off on the intro. What it is, it's a very easy but quite effective in that it covers everything from where does the research come from, how is the research collected, prospecting, the call planner, engagement, appointments, etc. You get the idea. And each one of these sessions has a nice little 2 to 5 minute video, an overview. And then it also has training assignments. And so that as you're going through the program, you check off that you listened to the video and you completed each one of the assignments. What's the benefit to you? It helps you very quickly become knowledgeable and up to speed, if you will, and very effective in using your Pulse sales tools with your COVID audience shopping information. And so now going back to the dashboard, if I might, let's take a quick tour. So in the COVID impact shopping information, Pulse was able to identify business categories that have an increase in shopping over the next 90 days compared to pre-COVID in the survey we completed in January. So let's take a look at this. This would be my first recommendation. And that's click on the COVID Business Guide. And I put together a list of 25 businesses that if I was an ad rep again, these are the businesses that I would strongly suggest that you contact because they've had an increase in business because of COVID. And since most Oregonians are at home now, those business categories that relate to products or service business categories for the home have seen a definite increase, like a building supply lumberyard up 48%, a remodeling contractor up 33%, a hardware store up 18%. Because of the volatility in the stock market, look at this, a stockbroker is up 14%, a financial advisor up 9%. So at your fingertips are business categories that we recommend you contact because they have an increase in shopping because of COVID. I also included, by the way, some that have a decrease. And why did I do that? Because the bottom line is, even though like a bank has seen a decrease, of 18%, still 23% plan to change or get a new bank. So with 10,000 circulation as example, that's 2,300 households who are going to change or get a new bank. That's meaningful to a banker. And then below that, scrolling down here, Pulse put together a comprehensive list for you. And we organized it by financial services, general services, professional services, grocery, home goods, contractors, automotive, real estate, etc. The businesses that are highlighted, bolded, those again are the ones that have an increase. But this is the comprehensive list from Pulse to help you identify business categories to prospect. So let's show you how it works. To identify here on your list, we go down here to, let's say, what's a good one here? Building supply lumberyard. So let's click on find, okay? Up 48%. So it'll bring up for you, when each one of you log in, it brings up for you a map of your own area. But you can change that. If you'll notice here, it's a Google map and it's based on zip code. So when you log in LeGrand, it'll be LeGrand. When you log in Pendleton, it'll be Pendleton. Astoria is obviously Astoria. But you can change the zip code and make it even more specific if you want by putting in another zip code or a community name. But how do you use the program? We would suggest that you come over here and identify businesses to put into a prospect list. So I'm going to click here on City Lumber and put them in a prospect list. I'm going to come down here and click on Oman Building Supply, put them in a prospect list. Clascanine Building Supply on a prospect list. And then I'm going to come up here to the top and you'll notice Call Planner. And so right at my fingertips, I've been put together a prospect list for myself that is, in this example I just shared with you, inclusive of specific businesses, home, building supply lumberyard, that are going to see an increase. So going here to City Lumber, to engage with a business, all I have to do is click on View Teaser. And we're starting to access the information to share with a business the opportunity for their business. And so how does it work? Look at this. So it shows that of your Astoria audience, you've got over 4,000 households who plan to shop at a lumberyard hardware store in the next 3 months. And so obviously that business, City Lumber, is wondering, what's going to happen over the next, few weeks, months, et cetera. Well, now you've got the information to help them, because you're able to share with them that from your research, and we've got right down here how it was calculated. 47.5% from the just completed survey, non-metro Oregon said, yes, we plan to shop at, and it looks like I clicked on hardware store accidentally, hardware store, times your audience gives you the opportunity of your audience for their business. So what's in it for them? The benefit, the opportunity. And let me once again say that because they don't know the uncertainty, the impact of COVID, this is welcome. This is so encouraging and positive news for them. And by the way, the program gives you flexibility. You can click here, and we've set up in your program various audience options for you. So you can do just a specific publication like the Chinook Observer, and it automatically changes it to the Chinook Observer. Or you've got down at the bottom that you can put in a custom audience, combining publications, for instance, type in the name and how many households you reach. I see there's an error here. I know that the Cannon Beach Gazette reaches more than 0 households. So Carrie, if you could send me the reach of the Cannon Beach Gazette, that would be great, and we'll update it for you.
Yeah, they are no longer in our company, so that's why I've got them at 0.
Oh, okay. We'll take it out then.
Yeah, so I'll send you a note. We'll take that out.
Okay. But what's the benefit for you? It gives you flexibility. So you're able to create a presentation to engage with a business with a specific audience option, and then be able to share with that business what the opportunity is for them. And the teaser gives you 3 options. One is what to say over the phone to get the appointment. You know, I trust you're well to understand how busy you are, so I'm going to get right to the point. You know, COVID has altered shopping plans. Here's the good news. There are 8,357 local households who plan to shop at a hardware store in the next 3 months. Would you like to know more about their plans, such as buying interior paint, buying exterior paint? Yeah, I'd like to know more. And that conversation with information about and for their business is a game changer, because it's the benefit, the opportunity for them, for their business. So you've got the words to say over the phone to get the appointment. Then we put together an example email for you. Same benefit. What's in it for them? All you have to do is click on copy text, and you can put it, cut and paste and put it to your email, and you can modify the text to make it more personal. Then you can print a little handout, if you will, that you can take to the business now that businesses are starting to open. And it's a great conversation starter. The big number, what's in it for them. So let me pause here, Carrie and Corrine. Anybody have any questions or feedback on the first resource that you have, the teaser, with the big number, the benefit for the business, that's based upon the current research, the COVID impact shopping research, the percentage who said yes, they plan to go into business, times your audience, gives you the big number. What's the benefit, the opportunity, how many households available for them? So what do you guys think about the teaser?
Andrew, you've used this one before, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's excellent. I've been waiting for this local data because I got something tangible now, and hey, it's like a pipeline. I won't get everybody, but I'm going to get a hell of a lot more than I did before.
Oh, this is awesome.
Perfect, thank you. And the reason it's awesome, just to reiterate it, talking to the choir, so to speak, they don't know. There's never been a time like this where the businesses don't know what's going to happen. And now you've got the current updated information, okay? So perfect. So now let's go back here and we'll show you the flyer, the updated flyer, okay? And so now we've got some other prospect. This is LeGrand and Baker City, on your new program. We've got for you, you can identify prospects by the map. So we come down here to prospecting, And so in this case, you can identify, and let's just put in here LeGrand. Okay, and what it'll do is it'll bring up a map, okay? And then all you have to do is just go to a particular business here. And let's go to O'Reilly Auto Parts. So you click on O'Reilly Auto Parts, and you can add them to your call plan, a prospect list, or you can create an account, a teaser, or a flyer. So let's create a flyer. So we click here on flyer. We need to tell the program what type of business it is because we just clicked on the map. So we type in auto, and we come down here to auto parts store, and it'll automatically create a flyer for you, okay? And once again, you can change the audience. Remember, I'm in as Astoria, but when you guys log in, it'll give you the list of your publications over in Eastern Oregon. Okay, that's so you can, once again, you can change the basis, but the flyer is a super teaser. But look at the headline: to help your business plan during uncertain times. Pulse asks the questions you would ask. You plan to use an auto parts store over the next 3 months. Here's the great news for them. If they're in Astoria, you've got over 1,100 households who said yes. And that's given the reality of COVID. Over the next 90 days, they plan to shop at an auto parts store. But more important, here's what they plan to buy at an auto parts store. Okay? And what is becoming more and more powerful and effective, since in many, many cases you can't get with a business one-on-one, you could set up a Zoom webinar with them like this, where they can see your screen, you know, or Microsoft or Google programs. And then in real time, you can say, would you like to know more? You know, we asked a lot of questions. And look at this, you can click right here on the editing pen and then come down here, and the business can now see more details of the information that we asked in the COVID shopping survey. What else would you like to know? Well, I'd like to know about tires, okay? I'd like to know about running boards, okay? I'd like to know about, you know, mirrors, okay? You get the ideas. This is awesome because it gives you the opportunity to be that extremely valuable, important consultant with them. I'd like to know about wheels and rims, okay? And also window tinting equipment. And then you just click on update, and look at this. They've now customized, with your help and assistance, the information about and for their business. And then obviously, they can identify a solution. And remember, once again, this is based upon, you know, the COVID shopping impacted information. So they might see things there that you don't see. Like, oh my gosh, I think we should be advertising tires. Look at that. There's over 600 households who in the next 90 days, you know, plan to get tires. Or maybe a number that is smaller, but a bigger, you know, big deal to them is wheels and rims, because maybe they make more, okay? And the other thing that you can do, you know, with the flyer is you'll notice up here, there's a internet address, a URL. You can cut and paste, just highlight the address, and you can be talking to them on the phone and say, would you like to know more? Oh, absolutely. Let me email to you, because you're working at home and perhaps they're at home. So you can email them this presentation. Just send them the address of this individual flyer presentation. Okay? So let me pause here on the flyer. Any questions or feedback on the flyer? Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's go back to your program, if I might. And I'm going to show you the one-page presentation. But this time, I'm going to use a different tool for prospecting. I don't know what I'll do. I'll come up here. You can actually we realize how extremely busy you are. So we've designed the program to be as fast and as usable as we can. So right up here in the top, you can type in the name of a business. So like State Farm, okay? And up will come State Farm agents. Then you can click on a particular one, and then you can say, do I want to create an account, or the teaser like I just showed you, or the flyer? Do I want to add them to my prospect list? But let's show you how quickly you can create a one-page presentation. Now, the one-page presentation has the information of the teaser, the big number, the flyer, the products and services, but in the one page, you can make a campaign proposal and then show them how few customers they need to cover the cost of the campaign, okay? So we got State Farm Insurance. We just clicked on, we just put in the name, so we need to tell the program once again, you know, what type of business it is. It's insurance agency, okay? We select our audience, once again, giving us that flexibility, okay? So in this case, I'm gonna just click on Coast Marketplace. You then can put in an ad package, okay? So I put in my ad package. And by the way, if you wanna put in a custom package, no problem. You just click on Custom Ad Package right here, and then just put in the details. Simple as that. Then the program gives some placeholding information, the estimated household customer value, and a placeholder 50% gross profit. And the reason we do that, and I'll show you in just a second, is we want to, with the business's engagement, show them how few customers they need to cover the cost of the campaign. Why? Because in today's world, and I'm sure you agree with me, businesses are extremely focused on cost, financial risk. It's tough times for so many of these businesses. We want to help them understand how few customers they need for a campaign and take away the financial risk. So I'll show you that in just a second. So continuing setting up my one-page presentation, you get the option to put in what products and services you think this insurance agent might be interested in, like auto insurance, homeowners insurance, okay, renters insurance, for instance. There's also business insurance in there, you know, business health insurance, business insurance, start or change new. Once again, I want to remind you, this is current information that nobody else has that is realistic and consistent or driven by the reality of COVID. So you pick up the products and services you think they might be interested in, and then in the one page, you can show them what they're missing if they don't advertise with you. What I mean by that is, back in the real world, when I was out there making four-legged sales call, a business would say, well, I don't need you. I use Facebook, or we've got our own email program, or we use direct mail. Or if you're at a realtor, they might say, well, I'm using Zillow, okay? Well, look at this. In the real world, there's significant fragmentation. There are a lot of real estate sites. There are a lot of automotive sites. There are a lot of employment sites. It's a very fragmented world. And so nobody reaches everybody. But what Pulse has done for you, and we asked it in the COVID shopping survey, is if you were to, in the next 3 months, purchase real estate locally, which of the following real estate websites would you go to? 38% would go to Zillow, but that means that 62% would not go to Zillow. So what you're showing in that realtor is that we reach an audience missed by Zillow. 62% of our audience would not go to Zillow. And so each one of these in this section shows them what they're missing. And so if they say, well, we've got our offer up on our business Facebook page, 5% of the survey respondents in Oregon said, yes, they responded to a Facebook business offer in the last 30 days. That means that 95% did not. So what we're doing here is we're giving you the talking points, the information to overcome objections when they say, well, we have our own website, we use Zillow, we use Facebook, etc. So you're able to show them what they're missing. Then the next step in the presentation is to show them how few customers they need to get a nice return on their investment, okay? And so we've got a $1,100 campaign, so $10,000 or $12,000 would be a 10-time return on their campaign. Business people want to know, what's my return on investment? And then I always suggest you click on add readership, okay? And so those are the simple steps of putting together a presentation that includes a specific campaign along with the purchasing information, but you have the option, and I underscore option, of adding what they're missing and also putting in information about return on investment. So let's take a look at our one-page presentation. And remember, this is with the updated COVID information. So it's got the big number, 897. Households reached that plan to change or get a new insurance agency. And can you edit that? Absolutely. You've got information on the opportunity for various insurance programs. And here's one. I sold a big package once to a insurance agent by pointing out the number of households that you reach who are business. They either own or manage a business. And in this example here, look at that. There's 352 households that plan to get or change new business insurance. And in that four-legged sales call, she said, my gosh, there's no other insurance agency advertising business insurance. I'm going to advertise business insurance. And can you edit it? Sure, you can be on the phone and on your computer once again with them and just click on the editing pen, and then you can add additional, business insurance, okay? Just click on more here. It's as simple and as easy as that. So once again, this gives you the ability to be that financial consultant. Now here's a really important part of the one page. Getting their engagement and participation to show them how few customers they need for a consistent campaign. So the example here is that the campaign is $1,170. They only need 3 new customers during the period of the campaign, okay? And so now you click on the editing pen. And if I remember right, how long was the campaign? 13 weeks? I think it was, okay? But it gives you the flexibility to put in the details and then ask them, what is the value of a customer? So let's say at this insurance agency, they say our customer value with, the household, with automotive insurance, with homeowners insurance, with pet insurance perhaps, is $2,500, okay? What's your cost of goods? So if you had a furniture store, what's the cost of the furniture, okay? With an insurance agency, obviously they're selling that package. So maybe their cost of goods is 85%, okay? So they make $375 on a policy. Well, what's important here is you're getting the information from the business. So they themselves are calculating out with their customer value and their cost of goods, what they make on a customer. And so it just takes $375 into the campaign and shows them they only need 4 customers. Just 4 customers to pay for the campaign. And by the way, that's out of, I can't remember what it was here, and the total customers that were available, I think it was 800 or so. All you need is 4. And so kind of a little role play here is, here's what you're going to be getting. You're going to be getting, a 2x5, running every week. You're going to get 25,000 impressions on the website. You're going to get a print and deliver. Go over what they're going to get in terms of the program, and then ask them, out of the 800 households we reach who plan to change or get an insurance agency, do you think you're going to get at least 4? Just 4. I've had so many businesses say to me, well, that's a no-brainer. Of course we will. And you just made a sale. So what's the importance of this? In today's world, where more than ever the businesses are concerned about financial risk cost, getting their engagement and participation and showing them how few customers they need is extremely helpful and beneficial to them, okay? And then of course it shows them how few customers they need. For an example, when I put in the setup, for a 10-time return, they only need 5 customers. And then, remember in the setup I was sharing with you, it's a very fragmented world. Nobody reaches everybody. Show them what they're missing. So if they say, well, we've got our own email, well, 15% in the survey said that yes, they opened a local business email in the last 30 days, which means that 85% did not. So what's that mean? It means if they say, well, we're using email and not you, that's fine, but they're missing 85%. 85% of your opportunity, which is 897. 85% of that they're missing by not also advertising with you. And then we've got in the one page reinforcement about the value of print today. 58% either purchased or sought more information from an item advertised in a local paper. 58% either bought or got more information. That really says it all about how embedded, how strong newspapers are in the buying process. So that's an overview of the one page. And once again, I'd be happy to answer any questions about the one page. Okay, so let's go back here if I might. And I just want to show you that on your home page, you can go directly to the closing tool by just clicking right here, and it brings it up, a blank closing tool for you. So if you're talking to a furniture store, and let's say you've got a $5,000 campaign, it's over 52 weeks, you ask them what their customer value is. Let's say they say it's 5,000. What is your cost of goods? You know, our cost of goods is 65%. Look at that. They only need 3 customers. You might ask, what's the thumbs down bar or the icon? Well, sometimes a business person might say, well, I think that's a little high. I don't think I'm going to get 3. Well, what do you think is the lowest, the worst case scenario? I think I'll get 1 customer, okay? Okay, so 1 customer. Okay, so 1 customer at $1,750 net value, that's a $1,750 campaign they just agreed to. That I've used many, many times in getting them to understand that's in their benefit to start advertising. Because even with their worst case, like 1 customer, you know, over 52 weeks, it's $1,750 campaign. Okay? All right, so now I want to show you some of the tools we have for you to keep track of your progress with the program. So we click here, and at the bottom of your home page, the presentations that you've created, you know, you've got your one page, your flyer, your teaser. You click here on the navigation dots, and you type in that you engage with the teaser, so you get credit for it. You use the teaser, you call them up on the phones, you click on engage, and when did you do it? You know, I did it today, the 19th. So you click set, and that gives you credit and pulse points for using the teaser. So let's go up here to the one page. So on the one page, you click and you put it as presented. So you mark it as presented. When do you present it? I presented it today. You click on set, okay? And now it shows you presented it, okay? And then you can come back and click on the navigation dots, and you can click on mark it as sold, or you can mark it as passed. So you're getting credit for your use and results with the program. So let's just go ahead and click on mark as sold. And I also sold it today, so I click on set. I can put in what type of sale it was. Was it new or renewal, or was it split? So let's put it as a new sale and click set. And you want to record the presentation date? Yes, and it was today also. It's as simple as that. The other way, so the first way is at the bottom, you'll see all your presentations. And then at the top, you can just click on reporting. And you will get a list once again of your presentations. And like I showed you just a second ago, you can just click here. And this is a flyer. So you can click on the navigation. You can edit the presentation, by the way, delete the presentation, and you can mark what step you've done. You engaged with it, they said yes, they said no, or they passed. So it's as simple as that in keeping up with your program. We've got a couple other things I want to show you here. One is we've got help resources available for you. Okay, so we got the contact information for Pulse, frequently asked questions, methodology on the survey. We've got linked to various training programs and videos, okay, including, from the homepage. And we also have available for you the ability to manage accounts. So we click here on accounts. So as you're using the program, it will automatically create an account for you from a business that you created, a teaser, flyer, or one page. And then you can just go to accounts, you can do a search, and then from the accounts page, you can create presentations. Or you can add them to, let's go back to accounts here, or you can add them to your call plan. So that's another way to use the program. Same thing with create, you just click on create. That takes kind of an easy steps. You don't have to go through prospecting. You just click on, flyer, one page, etc. And then here, going back to the dashboard, is the overview of your program. So my suggestions are, number one, is I would use this in new information with every single existing business, your current advertisers, to reinforce the value of your audience. So you don't get that phone call or the email said, well, I've decided to cancel or cut back. So recommendation number one is make a list, put it in your call plan of every current advertiser. Follow up with them, say, thank you, we appreciate your business. I thought you'd be interested in the opportunity. Because there's uncertainty, we participated in a survey. Here's how many households we reach. We're going to shop at a lumberyard, for instance. My recommendation number two is go back to the businesses that either cut or canceled their advertising because of COVID and share with them what they're missing out of, the opportunity for their business like you saw in the teaser or the flyer. And you're going to find that we're getting tremendous feedback from our clients saying how effective that has been. To go back to these businesses who canceled because of fear and concern, who now when they see the opportunity, that certainty, will re-engage and commit with you. And then number three is the prospecting tool, particularly the 51 businesses that have an uplift in shopping because of COVID. I would contact them. So 1, 2, 3. Businesses that you have, reinforce. The ones that you've lost, get back. Build your base, build your ad count, which will obviously build your commissions, targeting those business categories that have an increase in shopping because of COVID. So on behalf of the Pulse team, I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to get together today. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions. So if you have any questions, just shoot away. Now is the time. Okay, if not, my email is Marling, M-A-R-L-I-N-G, Marling @paper.net. So Carrie or Karine, is there anything you'd like to say to wrap up the session this morning?
I think this is a terrific tool to use in conjunction with the EO Media Group Community Marketing Partnership Grant. We're talking to a lot of new people who are interested in marketing through our group. And this is a really great way to be the consulting salesperson and show them what we can help them with and how to extend their dollars. So it's a perfect timing for this tool.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say. Just what Carrie said, that this was a great tool to be able to use with our community grant marketing program that we're doing right now. It'll be a good opportunity to be able to build those programs for, because a lot of these businesses too that we have seen on the east side anyway are businesses that don't have any consistent advertising schedule right now. And so this will be a good tool that the reps can use to put those programs together for that consistent schedule.
Yeah, let me just add to what you said, Carrie, and Kareen reinforced. A lot of our clients have a grant program, and from everyone we're hearing how effective, successful it's been leading the conversation with the information about and for their business. What's in it for them? It gets their attention. They're now positive, and then share with them the benefit of your grant program. It's a great 1-2. I hear that over and over every single day. So absolutely.
Anybody else have a thought or question?
Okay, so email away if I can help in any way.
Karan,
Yeah.
I'm assuming we'll get the link to this, kind of like the original Pulse Carry, where we went in and built our one-page presentations for our customers.
So that was the login information that you got that you and I were talking about earlier on the phone.
Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you got it. You go to pulseresearch.com and use your email as the login, and then you got a temporary password. Okay? So you're ready to go.
Patty, you've had experience with this. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, I did. I had my Thatchers when John went with me and we presented to Scott Thatcher at Thatcher's Ace Hardware. They did it for about 4 years, and the second year into it, they changed from doing combo section to 2x5 full color ads in section A in both Baker and LeGrand. So he canceled last year because he had some things to catch up and stuff, but he's talking about getting back into it. And I told him that we would, keep him posted on the same level. And he was spending, between that and insurance, he was probably spending close to $3,000 a month.
Yeah. And he hadn't really been doing anything before that. So, we'll credit Pulse for that. Was a terrific sale.
And he ended up keeping that campaign for, it was 3 or 4 years. So that's a testament to what results he got from it too.
Also, I remember that at the hardware store.
Correct.
Yeah, that's one of the first times I used the break-even calculator. Yeah, and here's what he said. I'll always remember it. In fact, I use it in my trainings. He said, "Thank you." He said, "This is the first time any media representative asked me what I want. Everybody comes in and tells me what to do." Because he figured out for himself how few customers he needed. And he said yes right then and there. I remember that. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And what I love about the new research is that this was just concluded. This just was concluded, 2 weeks ago, John?
Yes.
And so this is fresh. And what this is telling your customers now is, this is what people told us last month about what they're going to be doing for the next 90 days. So this is absolutely fresh information. This is information nobody else has got. And they're going to be very interested in this, because right now, all businesses are in a we don't know mode. We don't know what's going to happen. This is information that's telling them what customers are saying about what they're going to do. So it's really powerful stuff.
Beautifully said.
For anybody that says that this is, well, now that we have COVID, people aren't shopping like that, Carrie's right. I mean, because these are such fresh numbers, these are COVID numbers.
That's right. This is the reality. There are buyers out there. In fact, many businesses, because of COVID, have seen an increase in what's in the pipeline for them.
I have some landscaping being done today in my backyard, and the company I'm doing it with is one of my customers. They have been busy enough through this that they actually could hire 4 new full-time employees.
Yep. Okay, so it's marlene@paper.net. And I'll do anything we can to assist and support you. You know, as Carrie and Corrine just said, this is a very, very positive opportunity for you. You've got the data, nobody else has it, and your businesses want it.
This is awesome. Thank you, John.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff. Thank you.
thanks, bye.
Bye.